joint at In This Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200-148-557 or 0202-029-057. Again on 0545-372-881. Lunch or supper, I recommend Silver Lobster Catering Services to you. We pay great attention to international food safety practices. At Silver Lobster, we have the food hygiene permit from the Food and Drugs Authority to operate. So for your delicious and healthy jollof, fried rice, potato chips, spaghetti, banku and tilapia, kenke and wache, you know where to go. It's Silver Lobster Catering Services. We also cater for various occasions like weddings, naming ceremonies, general parties, funerals and engagement. This is our newest joint at In This Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200-148-557 or 0202-029-057. Again on 0545-372-881.
Oh the Great Hall. This is Focus 94.3 FM. Focus 94.3 FM.
Hello. I am giving you a warm good evening. Yes, of course, you're welcome to Focus 94.3 FM. It's exactly 8 minutes past 7. And I'm here in the studio. Of course, it is Counselor's Corner. Genesis' favorite show itself. First of all, you have been enjoying some music from Ofori and Ponsan. I know you are tired. Trust you are tired. From that burdensome class, that tired class, that 4 hours class. Engineering for no more, bro. Of course, we are ready with our able guests being seated. But you can join us on Focus FM on our Facebook. Yes, you're on Focus 94.3 FM. See how beautiful and how handsome my men are sitting here. But you have to just see it for yourself. Focus 94.3 FM on Facebook. I was there one day. My producer asked me a question not too long ago, about let's say 3 days ago, after our previous counselor's concert. That is the main topic for today. I mean, that will be the question that I'll be asking everyone. So don't stay, don't hint. It's time for your favorite show. Silver Lobster is here, just inside KNUST. And Silver Lobster is taking us through for today's show. Just after that commercial break, I'm introducing my able panelists to you. But today we are coming to talk about exams anxiety, or what they say, examination anxiety. Don't worry, stay your down. Big men to solve all your problems for you. Don't worry. so before that quick break, let me give you the question of the day. Yes, and so this question is actually coming from our producer. And yes, so my producer is saying that, have you ever felt so good after writing an exam with the feeling that you will score 90% and above, but it actually turns out to be a whack result? That's the question for you. Have you ever felt so good after writing an exam? Yes, of course, with the feeling that you will score 90% and above, but it turns out to be a whack result. Send your messages through 0575 943 943. 0575 943 943. Don't worry, don't go anywhere. I'm here with you. My name is Gila Official. With my producer for today, Stephen and Cancer. You are here on Focus FM 94.3 and it's Counselor's Corner. Stay tuned.
And tasty breakfast, lunch or supper, I recommend Silver Lobster Catering Services to you. We pay great attention to international food safety practices. At Silver Lobster, we have the food hygiene permit from the Food and Drugs Authority to operate. So for your delicious and healthy jollof, fried rice, potato chips, spaghetti, banku and tilapia, kenke and wache, you know where to go. It's Silver Lobster Catering Services. We also cater for various occasions like weddings, naming ceremonies, general parties, funerals and engagement. This is our newest joint at Indus Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200 148 557 or 0202 029 057. Again on 0545 372 881.
Hello. It's a warm good evening again. My name is Gila Official and you are listening to Focus 94.3 FM. It is your favorite show and it's time. It's Counselor's Corner. Just as I told you earlier, my able guests have been seated. In fact, my producer is saying they should introduce themselves because they are too big for me to introduce them. Yes, so obviously from the ladies. So, you?
Hello. Yajibi Tre, SRC Deputy Academic Chairperson.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay, so a very, very good evening to all our listeners, and it's a pleasure joining us wherever you are. My name is Osaya Noimano, the Ken West SRC Academic Board Chairperson.
Wow. I guess the phone coin.
Okay, good evening to our lovely listeners. I'm Asante Ahmed, third year student of College of Agric and Natural Resource, president of Green African Youth Organization KNUST, and I'm part of your panelists for today.
Thank you very much, my able panelists. In fact, and that from crowd. I don't know how to also introduce myself. The president of government of. Well, you are very much welcome to Focus FM 94.3 and of course Counselor's Corner. We are here for them, and so I know so many people are listening to us. This question that we post to them. In fact, I can even see some messages coming. And in fact, I posted earlier on my WhatsApp and I had so many questions for you. And so today will be today. And thank you for coming. We are here to talk about examination anxiety. Examination anxiety. What do we mean by examination anxiety? So to any of you there to hear, I don't want to point anyone because I'm being don't make up point any of you and my mistakes. So just what do we mean by examination anxiety? Yes, as students we are actually preparing for examination, and by Monday some classes will start their mid-semester examination. Obviously there are first years here, and most of them have not taken examination before. In fact, university examination before, and so they might be feeling some way or somehow, I don't know, but I'm sure after this the messages coming in and the callings coming in will let us know what the impact we're able to make here. And so what do we mean by examination anxiety? How about you?
Okay, examination anxiety,
Okay.
it's the moment of fear or panic during or before an exam. Normally, as students as we are, or as humans as we are, when we are about to face a test or a quiz, there is this amount of fear we have But when we term it as you are anxious, it means your fear is not within range. As a normal human being, we are always afraid of decisions we make as to whether it's positive or negative. But you get anxious when the fear is huge or it's beyond limit. As in, it's making you hasty on your decision. You are afraid. You are so afraid that it is impeding the progress you are supposed to get. That is my definition for anxiety.
Good. Someone will be asking, how will I know I'm anxious? How will I know? Like, I'm there. It is approaching examination. Obviously, this is my first time coming to write exam, but I don't know if I am anxious. How will I know if I can determine that yes, I'm actually anxious, I'm actually tensious or something?
Okay. To add up to what my brother just said,
Sure.
Anxiety is something normal, and we cannot do away with that.
Okay.
It's part of us.
Okay.
So, how to know how anxious you are? Your reactions alone could tell you how anxious you are when
Good.
something is approaching you.
Good.
Yes. So that is what I.
You were shivering or something?
Yes, something like that.
And it's so behind your video.
Yeah, something normal.
Oh well, okay. So it's actually normal.
Yes.
Which
And
means
part of
it's
life.
but how does it affect our examination? In fact, if it is normal, you said being anxious is normal. I'm getting to examination time and I'm feeling anxious. In fact, I'm feeling tensious. I don't know what will happen. How does it worry me? How does being anxious worry me?
You start to make hasty decisions.
Okay.
For example, if you're supposed to be writing on exams and there's some questions that are very common, or to the lecturer or to whoever is supposed to mark it, it's not supposed to be a question you're supposed to get wrong.
Okay.
But because of the anxiety you have, because you feel fear, you're going to be able to skip that and then get it wrong.
Sure.
So you start to either sweat or shake.
Exactly.
Some people even faint. Yeah,
To that extent.
some people faint.
Wow. Some people actually faint. I don't know what you will go through. In fact, one me happened to you. Of course, that is why I posted this question earlier. Have you ever felt so good after writing an exam with the feeling that you will score 90% and above, but it turns out to be a whack result? What was your feeling? In fact, I've seen so many of your messages coming in, but what we are discussing here, if you also want to add up, maybe bring your comments or maybe ask a question, don't worry. 0575-943-943 is the contact line. 0575-943-943. So continuing the conversation, you see, I'm anxious towards the examination. I remember just yesterday, after posting what I posted, a lady asked me, Gila, what is coming? What is coming? Like the examination, she's actually in first year. So I've gotten the privilege to write exams. So she's actually in first year. So she's asking me, Gila, what is coming? I don't know what is coming, but I think I can't write the exam. That is what she was saying. Can I classify it as the lady was feeling anxious?
Yes.
Exactly, you can consider it as such.
So being in the shoes of that lady, if it were you, what would you do?
Okay. We have low anxiety persons as well as high anxiety persons.
Okay.
And when we are talking about low anxiety persons, that means they experience the anxiety, all right, but then they are able to focus their attention on what they want to achieve.
Okay.
And as well as the high anxiety persons, they feel anxious, all right, but then they are not able to focus. They shift their attention elsewhere, and at the end of the day, they are being messed up.
Okay.
So, putting myself in the shoes of the lady, that means he's an high anxiety person, and obviously he's going.
She doesn't even
she's going
feel
to
like
mess up.
writing the exams anymore, and it was serious. This thing I'm saying is serious. You see, we are counselors, and so sometimes certain things like this happen, and then we find a way to curb the situation. But it was serious.
Yeah, it's very serious.
I don't know what you are also passing through towards this examination, most especially the first years, don't worry, you can ask all your questions and we are here to answer them for you. Let's talk about being anxious towards the examination. Now I have accepted that I feel very anxious and in fact I'm panicking. Anything can happen in the exam. Anything can happen in the examination. Like I'm panicking seriously. What should I do? What are the measures that I can do so that I can be able to deal with this anxiety?
Okay. With one thing I've realized is, yes, as humans as we are, it's normal to be anxious.
Okay.
But the question is, what am I coming to write? It's an exam. Have I written an exam before? Yes. Because it is presumed almost every student here has written WASI before, end of term before. Okay, so I've written exam before. What makes this exam different? To continuing students, this is a normal midterm.
Sure.
Every semester they have been taking it. A continuing student would only feel anxious when you think you are not well prepared. That is for a continuing student. But a freshman would, or a first year would feel anxious because one, he or she has heard certain things about certain courses. He or she is feeling, this is my first university exam, how would it go?
Sure.
He or she is feeling, my parents are expecting more from me. The person catering for me is expecting more from me. So if I fail this, what would happen? But if you are anxious at this time, let's not consider the negatives. Consider the positives.
Okay.
How many times have I been in class? How interactive have I been in class? Have I been reading through my notes? Do I have the needed materials for this exam? If you answer all these questions, I believe by the time you are done, you will know your stance. Even when you are below average, now that you know your stance, you know that this is the time I have left. And this is how best I can meet the exam target.
Okay.
I believe when you do these things, things would actually come back to normal. You would feel you are in charge of what you are doing. And the anxiety would come down.
Sure.
That is what I think.
Wow. You can be in charge of what you are doing and the anxiety will actually calm down. You are still listening to Focus 94.3 FM and it's your favorite show, Counselor's Corner. We are here to serve you right towards your examination that is about to take place. Let's say next week for some students, next 2 weeks. Yes, I know for some students they are saying that their lectures are not ready. They have not covered a lot, and so next 2 weeks is when they'll be writing. In fact, after the breaks or something. That was just by the way. But if you have any comments to everything that we are discussing here, 0575 943 943 0575 943 943. I'll be asking them individually about the question. In fact, you should be able to answer because I happen to be here today. Hey, have you felt that? Don't worry. After this commercial break, don't worry. I can see your messages coming through. Just keep on. Someone said I should put. Okay, so 0575 943 943 is the message line. Don't worry. You can always put it in, and then we will be able to
lunch or supper.
read it outside for you. Thank you very much. After this musical break, we shall be back for
we have the food hygiene permit from the Food and
our
Drugs Authority to
conversation.
operate.
Stay tuned.
So for your delicious and healthy jollof, fried rice, potato chips, spaghetti, banku and tilapia, kenke and wache, you know where to go. It's Silver Lobster Catering Services. We also cater for various occasions like weddings, naming ceremonies, general parties, funerals and engagement. This is our newest joint at Indus Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200 148 557 or 0202 029 057. Again on 0545 372 881. For your nutritious, affordable and tasty breakfast, lunch or supper, I recommend Silver Lobster Catering Services to you. We pay great attention to international food safety practices. At Silver Lobster, we have the food hygiene permit from the Food and Drugs Authority to operate. So for your delicious and healthy jollof, fried rice, potato chips, spaghetti, banku and tilapia, kenke and wache, you know where to go. It's Silver Lobster Catering Services. We also cater for various occasions like weddings, naming ceremonies, general parties, funerals and engagement. Visit our newest joint at Indus Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200 148 557 or 0202 029 057. Again on 0545 372 881.
So thank you for still being with us. Yes, of course. And that was just a short commercial break from Silver Lobster. In fact, they are being situated at Indies. Anytime you can just go there and grab yours. You better say grab a copy. Just go and grab a copy, okay? Yes, sure. So the question before we went then, it was, have you ever felt so good after writing an exam? This is to everybody here in the studio. In fact, this is to everybody here in the studio. My producer, you will answer. Have you ever felt so good after writing an exam with a feeling that you score 90% and above, but it turns out to be a whack result? And how was the feeling? Have you ever? Let me start from Ahmed.
I think the first time I had that feeling in the university was last year.
Well,
ecology.
In fact, video.
after writing the paper, I felt,
Yeah,
this is the paper I'm to score. You know, we're all expecting MCQs. We got to the exam hall and then it was theory. And at first, I was like, oh, I can't do this paper. So I went to the washroom and then I came back. When I came back, I felt, this is something this man
I actually went to the washroom.
Yes.
I
was very anxious. Because imagine you're expecting MCQs, you go with theory.
Exactly. But
So when I came back, I felt, no, this is something he has been saying in class. So I'm to write it and then get the marks. So I started writing. When I was done with the paper, I felt I have filled every space I need to fill with all the wisdom I have in my head.
Yeah, social studies.
I had a confidence. This is an A paper.
Sure.
Our results came and then I had C.
Wow.
I was shocked. That was the first time I felt, hey, what happened? Like, what happened?
That feeling, eh?
So I actually went to him and I was like, Doc, I'm surprised this happened. And then he was like,
We will come there, don't worry. You have so many questions to ask from there.
Yeah.
Let me ask from Arno. Have you ever had that feeling?
Well, I've had such an experience before. Way back third year, in one of my courses. That's I've forgotten the course. You could learn and learn, but it turns up
Some way. D. Yes.
You can never understand. So it's serious. We've had such an experience before.
And you wrote exams about it?
Oh, yes.
And then after the exam?
Oh, everything was wow.
Oh, okay. So yours is actually the other way around.
Yes, the other way around.
Sometimes you feel that do you mature and so. Just a 40 crime, but I'm at least with them kakra to the 60. Not now to the only lady in our midst. Have you ever had that feeling?
Yeah, actually. Same as this last year during an exams, I thought I was very prepared. So I went there, I wrote everything, and it was actually mid-sem, not end of sem. So we came back to class, school reopened, and we are solving the questions, and I realized, I wrote completely different things.
Those things, when you are to solve the question before the question paper, in fact, the question paper comes, in fact, how the score sheet comes, you feel that, yes, my dear God.
You realize that some questions are so tricky.
Yes.
To the extent that if you don't take care, you just mess up.
Exactly.
And most especially when you get to the exam hall and as Ken was a student to say, Charlie, today the way I dabbed, like you feel very happy about yourself, you dabbing from someone. But I guess when we are prepared and it turns down, it's fine. Than you going to dab and at the end of the day getting happy about yourself.
Exactly. So for sure, I've been joined by Marvin, also in the studios today, and then I'll be asking him the same question. Marvin is actually from packaging class. He has packaging 2, and I'll be asking him the same question. Marvin, so the same. I'm sure you heard a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that feeling?
Okay, so me personally, I would say no, because it wasn't really a work. I was expecting, I would say 90 and above. And I had an A, which was, I think, 74 or something like that. And it was chemistry.
Okay.
I wrote it really well, but I asked myself that, why couldn't I get
It was actually chemistry.
Yeah.
Judy.
Oh no, that paper it was good.
Oh, okay.
I learned it was objectives and I think 4 or 5 tomato questions.
Okay.
But I missed the group work, so I think that's why.
Okay, maybe that is why.
I've not been that child up.
Yes, and so maybe that would be. I actually made Ahmed stop at some point in time because there are other questions that are coming in that will actually bring what you are actually saying. But don't worry, let me read some messages to you. This is actually from Clinton, and Clinton is from IDRC, and he's saying, I even feel bad about this. I was in class when you told me to do this. I tried, but the network wasn't stable. And the teacher sacked me. And after the exam, the master actually gave me a D. Meanwhile, I have written so much. Does it happen? Like I don't know. You go in terms with a master. Maybe you fault a master, and then it's actually happened. He or she pays you back during examination. Does it happen?
Students mostly complain of that. Personally, I haven't experienced that before, but students usually complain of that. And as humans as we are, we wouldn't say the system is 100, but you can't say for sure too without evidence.
Sure.
So it could happen, it cannot happen. So far as we don't have the evidence to prove, it becomes a problem. But I believe as humans as we are, we know these things happen. And I would attest to the fact that it happens.
Well, if it happened like this, yeah, okay. We can't actually say, but Clinton, I want you to take our number. We have to actually dig into this because as a counselor, so that this thing doesn't happen to another person, we'll know what to do. So our number is 0575 943 943 0575 943 943. There are other messages coming in. Okay, let me get this quickly and done. This is actually this is from Kwamanza, and then Kwamanza is saying, yes, I've had that I've had that before. I finished writing a paper thinking and knowing very well B is going to be my portion. Results came and then boom, a D. I was like, what a freaking grilled salmon. Yeah, so one moment I was sad to myself. Now that is it's cool. So I'm freaking okay. Now that is done. It is cool, and I'm freaking done with it. And yeah, then later I'm like, yo, sure, it's just an exam, not judgment day. The feeling is not nice at all. In fact, the feeling is not nice. I also have something to share, but don't worry, maybe I come soon. So let's get back to our conversation proper with the same anxiety thing. Now, the examination anxiety we are talking. You will talk. Don't worry, you will talk. And so, another question from someone. Let me do with this. Pascal Eto.
Yeah.
Pascal Eto.
Yes. Last question. Some of them. They have been coming.
So this lady is actually in third year, and then she is not ready for any Pascal again. She's not in the mood for Pascal again because when you're Pascal now from first year, second year, and then even
None of them has dropped.
like it doesn't drop, and so she actually went to the first year's class to tell them to boycott Pascal because it don't happen. So the Pascal, when are they back? Mostly, do you know this Pascal is mostly from the Ahmed Society. Those people going for agenda. Ahmed, this question is to you. Why do you send them Pascal?
Okay, I always do say with the current first years, I've been telling them in their class. One thing that most agenda people don't do is they don't like to dig.
Okay.
If you come to a college like College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, our courses are similar but not the same. You might have the course having the same name but different course codes. So if you are in first year and you don't look at your course code, the lecturer taking you through, and you are sent sample questions, I wouldn't call them past questions, sample questions, and you don't check the course code, but you learn that question and you go and it doesn't drop, you can't actually blame someone. And then what I always advise is these are sample questions, not past questions. You are not supposed to base all your hope on a sample question someone has sent you. You have to read your course materials, when the sample question comes, you use the sample question to assess yourself as to what I've learned. If these kind of questions are to come, would I be able to answer them? So it's actually supposed to help you build your confidence. Not that you are supposed to have the answers on your tip finger and then you go there, you drop them. It doesn't work that way.
And to the academic boards and to the, don't you think that after learning this exam, there's past questions and all, and then you went for the first exam, the second exam, the third exam, and then it is not dropping, doesn't it cause some tension for the rest?
What I would say is that, well, I don't believe in their perceptions though. And once you are being given the past questions, it doesn't mean you shouldn't go through your lecture notes or something like that.
Okay.
It's there to guide you, as Ahmed said, know the kinds of questions that will be coming, what you are to expect, and all that. Yes, so at the end of the day, it gives you some kind of worry in you. Yes, because you went ahead to go through all the past questions, and you never went through your lecture notes and all that. So you get worried at the end of the day.
So you think it shouldn't be scrapped off, those people giving us past questions and all
no.
that? Because that's actually happened to me before. In fact, my past question be a mad. Don't you think we should scrap it off?
No, it should be coming, because I said
Oh,
some
the
has
after
been dropped.
19
Yes, way back 10 years, some past question dropped, and I was really, really happy.
Good,
Yes.
good. Sure, so don't worry. So we are here speaking to you and deliberating about anxiety, in fact, examination anxiety. Yes, I'm here with Ano and then Ahmed and then another lady. In fact, those are from the SRC Academic Board. And then Ahmed is also from Kanasa. We are still here with you. And you see, in as much as we are thinking about examination anxiety, we also have to know about how we can focus during this examination time. Sure, I've been maybe I'm not feeling that tensions. I'm okay, but certain things have diverted my ways. Students, we are all students, and at some point in time, you may be partying, you may be visiting friends, you may some students even have jobs that they actually do, side jobs that they actually do, and so it's all about staying focused. How do you help us to stay focused?
I've actually faced that same problem in the past whenever I get anxious, so I started to look for solutions to it.
Okay.
There were a couple of podcasts I listened to, and most of them suggested that when you start to feel anxious about a particular event, or in our case, exam, you just make a list. Make a list of the things you think you need to do, and try to accomplish the ones that you can in your ability.
Okay.
You can't control what would happen, what would come in the exams, the kind of questions that you're going to answer, but you can control how prepared you are in your own ability.
Okay.
And then they also talked about getting enough sleep, and then trying relaxing exercises like breathing in or listening to music right before you go for the exams. It helps releases the anxiety.
It helps releases the anxiety. I'm sure you actually got it. In fact, this is coming from don't worry. After this question, I'll read your message. So I am able to overcome anxiety. This is what you gave me, the apple that you just gave to me.
Not exactly.
Okay.
You can help control it. It's kind of like having your other self talk, make negative comments. So the best you can do is have a positive mindset and try to minimize the negative voice in you telling you you're not prepared, or you're going to fail, or something is going to go wrong.
At some point in time, someone was also telling me, if you exercise a lot, if you eat a lot, if you those things actually help? Exercising, eating okay or something, because it is exam, and obviously but I want to be calm to go and write the exam. I want to focus on going and write the exam, and because of the so many things that I have been doing since the semester began, it is bombarding me, it is bombarding my mind, and then people are saying, no, go and exercise well, you'll be able to get it. Go and eat well, you'll be able to get it. Is it right? Are they right?
Yeah.
They are right.
Sure.
I believe there should be some kind of balance. So once you are taking care of your academic life, your social life is also equally important. So if people are telling you to go and relax, go and eat, have rest, it's all good. But at the end of the day, you should know that whilst you are sleeping, your lecture notes are also there waiting for you. So if you sleep, you need to also go to your lecture note as well.
Okay.
So that's what I would say.
Well, so you have all. Would you want to add something? Sure.
Yeah.
That's one of your meka.
Yes, with the food and exercise we were talking about, it is actually very good. I've at first I didn't want that kind of thing because I felt if I eat good I'll sleep. That would be the outcome. But last semester I realized something. I was running an election and I got disqualified. Psychologically I was south, and I felt I'm not well prepared for the exam. So when there was that strike break, I felt, God, this is good for me.
Yes,
so like I left campus to the house, and there I was having enough rest, enough time, good food on time, and I was able to pick up to the extent that I used the 2 weeks for the whole semester. I came to write to the end of sem, and there were courses I still had A, regardless of me missing class and all that. So when you have enough rest, you have good food, you exercise, I believe things will still pick up. Your body would be ready to absorb, so you can absorb as much as you want.
Well, your body will be good and you can absorb as much as you want. 0575-943-943 is our message contact. Don't worry, Enoch. This is actually coming from Enoch. Enoch, let me read your message. I said, Charlie, I did one pa. I thought I will get 100. 100 pa. When the results came, I did follow up to challenge the results, only to realize the lecturer even added small to my marks. What you think is different from the answer? So I really believe in myself. So this is actually coming from Enoch. Does it have? Even as I was expecting A or B, it's turned out to be D. How do I challenge my results? And is it advisable to challenge my results?
Okay, I would say it's not advisable, but in a way, I would also say there are proceedings in going for remarking and all that. But there are lecturers who are open enough that if you know their offices, you can approach them and then let them know you're expecting this because you wrote very well and you're expecting a good result, but you didn't get that. With the ecology I was talking about, when I approached the lecturer was actually the exam officer at that time. He told me, yes, he realized that across board, generally, because we were expecting MCQs and it was theory, most of us were deviating from the questions.
Okay.
We were actually writing what we know than what we are being asked.
Exactly.
So he actually showed me a script to let me know how I was going. That is a lecturer who is open enough you are friends with. But aside those people, you can actually proceed to your remarking process. But I wouldn't advise that. When a semester is gone, you actually set a target for the next semester. You make sure you prepare adequately, and then you see to it that whatever you lost, you gain from that side, rather than going back to what is past. Let the past be in the past, and then focus on the future. Focus on shaping it, getting marks in.
Sure, thank you. So this question is actually to the academic board. In fact, it's a speculations, and I don't want to say I am saying or someone is saying, but sometimes they say that the lecturers, they don't get time to mark our papers, and so they do machine scoring. Is it true? Is it true?
Honestly, they do mark our papers, and
well, sometimes you will see that this paper they didn't mark, including our class tests, our mid-semester exams. We speculate that our lecturers, they don't even have time to work on it.
Oh, I wouldn't buy into that idea. Our lecturers, they really have time for us, and I would say they do mark our papers.
Sure.
But then what I would challenge is that the perceptions that students enters the examination room with is very bad. They think they are well prepared, they are over prepared, and that they are going to deliver over there. But that shouldn't be the perception.
Okay.
Yes, you should relax your mind. Like, you shouldn't think that you are the best among the rest and that you are expecting to have a higher mark at the end of the day. No, that shouldn't be the perception. We should calm our nerves down and all that.
Well, that shouldn't be the perception. It is 7:47 and very soon we will be leaving the studios for you, but we still have some 1 or 2 questions to be asking our able panelists. Yes, Silver Lobster took us here, and so we shall let them do the talking. Just after that commercial break, we shall continue. Stay right here with us. This is Focus 94.3 FM.
We pay great attention to international food safety practices. At Silver Lobster, we have the food hygiene permit from the Food and Drugs Authority to operate. So for your delicious and healthy jollof, fried rice, potato chips, spaghetti, banku and tilapia, kenke and wache, you know where to go. It's Silver Lobster Catering Services. We also cater for various occasions like weddings, naming ceremonies, general parties, funerals and engagements. This is our newest joint at Indus Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200 148 557 or 0202 029 057. Again on 0545 372 881. For your nutritious, affordable and tasty breakfast, lunch or supper, I recommend Silver Lobster Catering Services to you. We pay great attention to international food safety practices. At Silver Lobster, we have the food hygiene permit from the Food and Drugs Authority to operate. So for your delicious and healthy jollof, fried rice, potato chips, spaghetti, banku and tilapia, kenke and wache, you know where to go. It's Silver Lobster Catering Services. We also cater for various occasions like weddings, naming ceremonies, general parties, funerals and engagements. This is our newest joint at Indus Hall, Dining Hall, KNUST. Call us for enquiries and delivery on 0200 148 557 or 0202 029 057. Again on 0545 372 881.
Okay, that was a quick commercial break from Silver Lobster. Yes, Silver Lobster is at Indus. And check me free Hannah is I'll be going there to also grab mine. Yes. So the question remains the same. You wrote exams. You actually wrote exams, and then you felt that you are so good. In fact, you score above 90, but it turns out to be whack. I've been joined by Isaac also in the studios. Let me also know your mind. Isaac, bang me. This thing, has it actually happened to you before? You wrote an exam and then chemistry per se. You are in the same class with Marvin, and Marvin scored above 70 in chemistry. And my child. What is your take on this? How do you appreciate it when you are able to write exams so well, but at the end of the day, it turns out to be whack?
For me, I would say at times it depends on your preparation towards the exams.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe you prepared well, or maybe you didn't prepare well. So at the end,
what you see is what you get.
Yes,
exactly.
Your preparation towards the examination tells your results.
Your results, okay. Sure. So your preparation towards the examination determines what results you had: the A or the B or the C, the D or the F. In fact, I don't pray F for anybody. So you talked about preparation. As a student, in fact, as a first year student, in fact, sometimes even it happens to every student, the second years and the third years, because I came to first year and I couldn't prepare. Makakunya 40, 45, 48, and I want to actually try and back up because I know someone, I personally know someone, she was able to add plus 15 to her mark. I won't lie to you. She was in first semester, first year, second semester, she added plus 15. And so it is possible. So how do I prepare on your court?
I like to say for your first time, so yours is first semester, then added 15 second semester,
exactly.
right? Alright, so if you're supposed to start in first semester, see, for some courses like algebra or calculus, before you even write an exam, you hear so many rumors that it's difficult.
It's difficult, yes.
This is going to happen, especially if a particular lecturer is supposed to take in a particular course.
Exactly.
So I would advise that. I think you should tune out all bad remarks about certain courses or generally every course.
Okay.
Before you write the exams and after. say you come out, because there's post anxiety that comes when you're done writing. When you come out and you're like, oh, this question I solved it this way. I solved the A, B, and then you chose C, and you're like, wait, what?
Sometimes it happens though.
Yeah. Advice: don't wait you're done with your exams, just like walk right out. Don't wait to communicate and ask, how did you solve this, how did you solve that, because it won't help you after midsem, and you might be anxious before end of sem.
Sure. So to you, how should I prepare?
Okay, earlier in my submission, I made mention of the fact that we should try and balance our academic life as well as our social life. We can't be going about our social life at the expense of our academic life. No, we can't cheat nature. No, once we are here for academic reasons, I think there shouldn't be any excuse why you shouldn't attend to your lecture note and all that. So you have a sound mind. As my second point, I would say you should have a sound mind.
Sound mind.
Yes. So you study all right, you have sound mind, then you go about your social life.
What is sound mind? Maybe Boku's and answer. Let me know. What is sound mind?
You see, my sister was talking about the fact that because of this remote surround, we get panic about some of the courses, how challenging those courses are.
Okay.
And so when I'm saying sound mind, we should avoid, or we should banish those perception around certain courses.
I thought it was about partying, banish partying, and chebetry exams, more could drink up. So to you, Ahmed, how should I prepare?
Okay, first of all, don't think negatively of yourself. That I can't do it. That hey, this first university exam, I'm not prepared. If you are a continuing student, don't feel I haven't been going to class. How do I score? Rather than thinking of the negative, target the positive. What number of days do I have? What time do I have? What can I do about it? How many pages or how many slides do I have to cover? Who is well prepared in my class? Which people can I get on board to have group discussion with? These are questions you can pose to yourself. And then it will help you strategize. You will list the things you need to do before the exam. I believe in prepping. The moment you are prepared, the anxiety will reduce. So when you start with that, I believe things will be good. But then one thing you shouldn't do is, we have people in our class, they are Einsteins. Don't get those Einstein people. They will make you feel you know nothing. That shouldn't be the point. The group should balance. It should be people that are in their intermediate stage, people that are starting, and then people that seem themselves to be experts, not Einsteins. So that I believe with time and then with the duration you have, you will get to cover. And then rest. Don't put yourself under pressure. Have enough sleep, and then you'll be good to go.
Have enough sleep, and then you will be good to go. Someone is asking a question. This is from Evans. He said, I've not been able to learn. In fact, I've been doing so many things, and I've not been able to learn. Although I've been going to class, but studying is a problem right now, and I don't know how to start. Please help me. How do I prepare?
Mr. Miss next week, right?
Yes.
And he still hasn't even started.
Sure.
I think to make it easier, he should just make a list. Take one course, or just take all the courses. For today, what do I want to cover in this course? And in that course, what am I specifically targeting before I write the exams? If it's 2 courses a day, then you separate it. If it's learn A, then after that learn B, then learn C, then take a break. Then you come back and continue. I think that helps. When you make a list and you plan, it helps with preparation, and you don't feel like there are a lot of things on your shoulder that you have to control and do.
Sure. Okay. This is saying, have a good evening, Ahmed, and Focus FM from Abel Kwabena Agbodeka, Forestry President and First Deputy Speaker, College of Agriculture and the Natural Resource. Okay, thank you very much for coming in, Agbenefa. And then there are so lots coming in. Please, how should we prepare towards courses like biochemistry, botany, and algebra as a first-year student? My name is Westman. How do we prepare towards chemistry? I think you made mention of it.
Algebra,
yes, and all that. So okay, so let's answer this question for her as fast as we can. So how do I? Please let me say that again. How do I prepare towards courses like biochemistry, botany, and algebra as a first year student?
Okay, for me, I'm taking the algebra. I don't know about biochemistry.
But then they are all courses.
True, but it's kind of different. And for algebra, what I did, the PDFs that were given to us by our lecturers and some of our course mates, you learn it, then you solve some questions.
Okay.
And then you go on YouTube and see any other questions, then how they solve it.
YouTube, there, wow.
YouTube, wow.
Quickly. This is actually a very delicate something, and I think we have to talk about it. Please kindly hammer on examination practices. Yes, we are first years. We are now coming to write the examination, and there are so many incidents that we've heard about KNUST on the fact that people get themselves into more practice, and then they in fact some other misconduct, and they get expelled from the university. Please, how do you appreciate it? Let's talk about more practices, examination more practice, and how do we get inside? In fact, as a first year, just for some few seconds, and let's go.
Well, exam more practice is something you shouldn't actually target. Anxiety can lead you to, depending on people in the exam hall for answers. But as students, as we are, as I said, your prep will determine what you will do in the exam hall. So when you are well prepared, I don't think you would engage yourself in malpractice. And as a first year student, I believe all of them have their student's guide. You can go through the rules of exam in KNUST, and then you make sure you are not flouting any of them. I believe it's a safe space. If you compare the number that are graduating to the number that have engaged in malpractice and been expelled, you can see it's marginal.
Sure.
So if you're a student and you know people have been able to pass, they also have blood flowing in them. You have blood flowing in you, so you can do it. That is what you should tell yourself. You can do it without malpractice.
For people, Bianco.
David.
Wow. Thank you very much. It's some few minutes to 8, and I must, in fact, it's only some seconds to 8 o'clock, and I must wrap up. That is what my producer is telling me. I've seen so many of your messages coming through, yes, but I wouldn't let them go just like that. I'll let them give up their shout outs. In fact, you also have to shout out to other people. When you are coming, you inform other people that you are coming, and so you have to give shout outs to them. But first of all, shout outs to Christopher Say, Deputy PR Natural Resource Rep for Natural Resource Management too. Okay, that is a shout out coming from someone to you, Christopher Say. So just some few seconds, 10 seconds each, give some shout outs to your people.
Yes, shout out to my family and my friends.
Okay,
I guess that's that.
all right. Sure. And then let's go.
And also to my able deputies, I have 1 year with me.
Okay.
The others are indoors.
Okay.
We have to all of them.
Sure.
And my friends as well.
Okay, shout outs to everybody. If I say I'm mentioning list, I wouldn't finish. And then one thing I would like to say is God bless our SRC president for taking care of part of our fees before this time, because students were very, very desperate.
Sure.
God bless
Today's
him and the
actually
SRC
7th,
for
and
that.
we may be deferring some other people.
Yes.
We are actually praying, we are praying. So thank you very much for coming through. You are still listening to Focus 94.3 FM, and that was your favorite show, Counselor's Corner. We are here this and every Thursday, and of course, you'll be here on Thursday, next week. We came here to discuss about exams anxiety. Of course, I had Osei Ano Emmanuel, being the SRC Academic Board Chair. Also had Chair Ya Ajubi, his able deputy, SRC Deputy Academic Board Chair. And I also had in my presence Asante Ahmed. He is the president for Green African Youth Organization here in the KNUST chapter. I was behind the deck as your host for today's show. My name is Gila Official. I was joined by Marvin and of course Isaac. We deliberated exams anxiety. Big shout outs to my producer Stephen Nkansa. Till another week, we say bye bye.